What would Hawaii be without its teachers? Without the mentors who shape our future doctors, engineers, and our leaders? Teachers are the backbone of our economy, yet too many struggle to afford life in the very communities they serve.
When I was in the first grade, my family experienced going through the strike, and then I think just with the adoption of Common Core and a lot of different changes in education, my mom, who was an educator, really didn't want to see me go through the same struggles that she had to go through.
Being a local Hawaii teacher, living in Hawaii, being a teacher, regardless if you have a family or not, the struggle is real.
Hawaii is one of the most expensive places to live, yet our educators often make less than their counterparts on the mainland. Many of them work second or even third jobs just to make ends meet. This isn't sustainable and it isn't right.
A day for me when I had my second job was going to work all the way till 3, 4 o'clock, going home, showering, getting ready for my second job, and by 7 o'clock I'm trying to get back on the road to go to my second job at night. And I was working from like 8 to 12 to midnight. I was coming home by 1 o'clock. And then, having to shower and, whatever it is, and then go to sleep. And by the time, I put my head on the pillow, it's like, okay, time to wake up again for my first job, which is teaching.
There's only 2 ways that teachers can increase their salaries. Either we negotiate it by an across-the-board increase of salaries, or teachers have our salary schedule that then they can move either horizontally by taking more classes and essentially having more qualifications because we have more professional development, or we have negotiated steps. Every 2 to 3 years, in theory, we should be getting a raise based on our number of years of service.
According to the Economic Policy Institute, the income needed for a family of 1 adult and 1 child to have an adequate standard of living on Kauai is $106,742 in 2025.
When I first started, I think my starting pay was at $40,000. Although our job is technically like 8 to 3, many times most teachers will work beyond the 3, either at school or at home.
The students are still going to always be there, and the work is still always going to be there. So it's still doing the same amount of work, but for not even keeping up for inflation.
I don't think I would want to be a teacher because I heard that it's a very hard job and you have to have a lot of dedication to become a teacher, and that they don't get paid that much.
So I have to choose between making more money in my own salary and taking those classes, or providing things for the students.
It's a lot harder to pay for those classes when you're already, like I said, trying to get your basic needs met.
My teachers were everything. Like, they paved the way for me to get where I am. But nowadays I feel like there's no respect.
We teach so much life skills to that student in the classroom that we have for a year. Yeah, I see myself in the kids and family members. To be a teacher and see that, it's just, it's knowing that there's someone out there that can love them during the daytime. And also know that there's a stability for them who don't have it at home.
I feel like they don't get paid enough for how much they do.
We all want to see higher pay for teachers. And so often you hear about people that start off as a teacher and then they ended up leaving the profession because they say that they can't afford to teach, right? And they love to make teaching a career, but they can't afford it. And that's just such an incredible shame.
All teachers are very important to me. Very simple to me, right? To be inspired is great, but to be an inspiration is an honor and a very great privilege. All teachers provide that privilege.
My favorite teacher was my band teacher, Catherine Paleka. I just really admired the environment she created. She really created a strong sense of community.
Mr. Terrell's class, he's an automotive technician. He impacted me very well. Today, I actually rent on my own vehicles and my own trucks. I even take care of side jobs and taking care of other people's vehicles as well.
Biggest impact they had didn't come from a textbook. It came from personal stories, teaching me about how to think and about how to communicate.
When I was younger, I said I would never be an educator. I didn't recognize that this was my calling until I walked into a classroom with a professor named Dr. Johnson. He taught me to see myself as having a voice that's valued and worthy.
My music teacher, it wasn't just music that she was teaching, but it was when things got harder that you would just push through, and if you focused enough that you would prevail. And that's why I've always wanted to be a teacher, was because of her.
Aloha, this is Mayor Derek Kawakami from the beautiful Garden Island of Kauai. And I just want to say, many of you folks know that my wife Monica is a school teacher, that my mom spent her entire life within the Department of Education, teaching in classrooms and at the district office. And of course, my mother-in-law was also a lifetime educator as well. So it's obvious that I love our school teachers. And we hope that as a community, you folks can express your love for our school teachers as well. They wake up day in and day out, they get lessons plans ready. Oftentimes expenses are coming out of their own pockets to make sure that kids have the school supplies that they need to succeed every single day. And yet, it's a sad statistic that many of our teachers are still living paycheck to paycheck, unable to find stable housing and barely and struggling to just make ends meet. We can do better. Teachers deserve better, and I truly believe that collectively as a community we can express our gratitude and love for teachers in many, many different ways. But this is a call to action to let everybody know how teachers have made an impact in your life and how thankful we are to have them in our community. So from all of us to you, thank you to our teachers. We love you and we got your back.